Is the NFL, the kneeling still somewhat of an issue, Dan, and just more of a cultural question? Is the NFL rolling the dice with their brand by allowing this kneeling to fester, in your opinion, and not addressing it one way or the other?
Right. Look, I think the NFL really screwed this thing up. Now, I'm not taking a position about why the players are kneeling and whether I'm for or against it. That is not relevant here. I think because the NFL has not allowed a lot of things to happen with the players in terms of, you had some players that wanted to wear pink shoelaces for breast cancer and other causes and 9/11 and all these things, and the NFL said, no, can't do any of that stuff. Right now you have Kaepernick that started with the kneeling, and they should have stayed consistent to that policy because, look, they're the employers, and they make the rules related to employment. So they kind of didn't know how to handle it, and now you got a president like Donald Trump who's going to keep this issue out in front because it really appeals to his base. So this is not going away. I mean, the NFL is going to eventually feel this in some form with the dollars. So when it gets bad enough, they're going to act. And when they do act, that's also going to make them look bad because why didn't they do it to start? Yeah. So, look, I think the NFL is in a no-win situation, and they have no one to blame but themselves because they didn't get out in front of this issue as soon as it happened with one single player. They allowed it to go from there, and now you have basically a big problem, and everybody's watching, and
like you said, they could have, they're the employer. They could have very easily put this fire out right from the get-go because everybody knows when you're working for somebody else, you either got to play by their rules or you go find another place to work. It's as simple as that.
Right. You find a new job. And look, let's be fair, Dan, because we want to be that way. There is social injustices.
Sure.
I think fair-minded people recognize that, and we should address it. Now, is this the best way to address it? It seems to me like we're dividing people on this issue instead of having people recognize that there's some things that aren't right, and we as a society, as Americans, should take steps to fix that. Period. That's a right and wrong issue. Let's fix it.
No question about it. That's why you're the finance guru, Dan. We can't thank you enough for joining us here on the Primetime program, taking time out of your busy schedule to do so. We look forward to hooking up with you again in a few weeks down the road. In the meantime, folks, you want to check out more about Dan, check out online at Geltrude.com or YouTube, where you can check out some of the videos that he's done on many of the topics that we talk about, as well as others that we haven't been able to talk about just yet. That's on YouTube. Just do a search for Dan Geltrude. Dan, thanks for joining us again tonight.
Thank you, Dan.
Have a great night up there somewhere in North Jersey. Dan Geltrude, folks.